Yeah.
I love my HBCU. And boy, I love it, love it. I love it, love it. I love my HBCU. And man, I hope my team they won one. Yeah. I hope my team they won one. Yeah. Man. I hope my team they won one. Yeah. I hope my team they won one. Yeah. I tune into the HBCU Sports Lab to see if my team won or lost. If they lost, I'm quiet as a mouse. But if they won, keep tab. I'ma do the dab, yeah. Dr. Cavil, he know what he be talking about. Mike and Charles, they know what they be talking about. They compress the analytic data with this hip hop. If you know them like I know them, they gon' tell you if your team, if they won or lost, and who the ball. So listen to Professor, yes sir, and pay attention, cause he gon' teach a lesson.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to Dr. Cavil's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab. I'm your host, David Rose. We're here with Jeff and Tariq from HU to Pirate Ship. Hopefully you guys had a wonderful weekend. Jeff, how you?
Say that again one time, brother. You went out.
It's like in the Matrix.
Yeah, we are.
In and out with Mad Max.
It's all good.
Yep.
So, did you say how are we doing?
Yeah.
Am I glitching?
Yeah. 1 second. I don't know what's glitching. All right. I think we're good now. Okay, that was wild. That's a new one for me, but I think we're good now because there's no echo coming back.
You froze though.
Who froze me?
No, you're good on my screen. Still a delay.
Come back.
It's never too early to plant the seed, to share the tradition, and instill a sense of pride in your HBCU with your little ones. HBCU Pride and Joy Children's Boutique helps you share your school spirit with a wide selection of adorable kids apparel and accessories officially licensed from your favorite HBCU. Visit hbcupridejoy.com and follow us on all social media at HBCU Pride Joy on Facebook and Twitter.
Supermarket sushi, really?
No. Wait, Troy, you work here?
I'm never not working. Like Head & Shoulders Scalp Shield technology, up to 100% dandruff protection, even between washes.
Never not working, huh?
Oh, Troy, you're such a good teacher.
Yeah, I know. Never not working. Never not working. Never ever not working.
Are you serious?
Never not working. Dandruff protection that's never not working. Head & Shoulders Scalp Shield technology.
Hey, grab me one too.
Charmin Ultra Soft has so much cushiony softness, it's hard for your family to remember they can use less.
Sweet pillows of softness.
This is soft.
Holy Charmin. Oh, excuse me. Roll it back, everybody. Sorry.
Charmin Ultra Soft is so cushiony soft, you'll want more. But it's so absorbent, you can use less. So it's always worth it.
Now, what did we learn about using less?
You gotta roll it back, everybody.
We all go. Why not enjoy the go with Charmin?
yeah. I love my HBCU. And boy, I love it, love it. I love it, love it. I love my HBCU. And man, I hope my team they won. Yeah. I hope my team they won. Yeah. Man, I hope my team they won. I hope my team they won. Yeah. I tune into the HBCU Sports Lab to see if my team won or lost. If they lost, I'm quiet as a mouse. But if they won, keep tab. I'ma do the dab, yeah. Dr. Cavil, he know what he be talking about. Mike and Charles, they know what they be talking about. They compress the analytic data with this hip hop. If you know them like I know them, they gon' tell you if your team, if they won or lost, and who the ball. So listen to Professor, yes sir, and pay attention, cause he gon' teach a lesson.
All right, let's try this again, guys. Welcome to Dr. Cavil's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Jeff and Big Reek. How you guys doing? There will be no echoes today, and I'm pretty sure nobody that watched this live had any echoes either. But I hope you guys are doing well.
How are you?
I'm doing good now. I'm better now. I'm much better.
Good. We're good over here. Really good.
I know y'all are. We're gonna get to why. We definitely will get
be
to
a blast.
Why. Oh yeah, we're gonna get to why. We'll when we get to that segment, we'll start with the tragedy first, but we'll definitely get to why. All right.
Eating pudding.
I need to be eating more than that. I need to eat pudding, crow. I gotta eat a lot of things. I've been eating it all week since Saturday night. Bad.
You shouldn't have to eat crow. I mean, I don't think you were talking trash ahead of
it.
Oh no. No, I'm talking about for y'all game. I was right.
Oh
yeah, but I'm talking about mine.
That's Central right there messing up your internet connection.
Yeah. They didn't mess it up enough. Let me get through the intro real fast. Welcome to episode 553 of Inside HBCU Sport Lab radio show and podcast, the show that's covering the sporting HBCU diaspora, all things HBCU sports for institutions large and small, from the NAIA to the NCAA. We share insights and information on the HBCU sports culture and HBCU athletic aesthetics to facilitate the story of HBCU athletic programs and the business of HBCU sports. I'm your host, David L. Rose, with my co-hosts, Tariq Wilson and Jeff. Can't remember your last name right now.
Johnson.
Jeff Johnson, yes.
Yeah.
We're filming from our home studio 6 and sending a signal live to our KCOH 12:30 a.m. studios with the Texas Radio Hall of Famer, Ralph Cooper, in the beautiful home of Texas Southern University from Houston, Texas. All right, so normally we would go with the news right now, but because we've lost a decent chunk of time due to my errors and things of that sort, I want to go over Dr. Cavil's major top 7 rankings first. And we'll go over those 7 teams. I mean, I think you Pirates are going to be thrilled. So if you don't mind, producer, please pull that up. But the bottom line is, look at this, man. Look at this, man. So we got number 7, your rivals, the Howard Bison. What are your thoughts on Howard being number 7 on the list? I don't know if you guys seen the list or not, but
yeah, just saw it. I mean, first of all, I don't think they're rivals anymore. Like, you got to win to be a rival. They're just opponents.
Yeah, they're just there. You know, we're there to collect the W from those guys.
Well, the producer, and they'll know who that individual is. He pretty much said they're Howard. They don't have the H anymore. So that's where they're at right now. So. But you know, I'm not mad at them being at 7. But what are your thoughts with regards to that? I mean, they lost to you guys 27-20.
Yeah.
So you know, and I think you guys pretty much had a handle on the whole game. I couldn't watch it since it was on whatever local sports network y'all got, Monumental or whatever it was.
Yeah.
But.
Yeah. No, I think that it's pretty much par for the course because they did win the MEAC last year, so. They did have some of the players from the last season squad. So I think 7 is a pretty decent ranking for them.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. What about you, Reek?
No, that's pretty good. I mean, they're still I'm not sure who I would put ahead of them. I guess that would be my question, you know, who would I put ahead of them at the back? Maybe consider Delaware State. They've been playing pretty strong right now, even though they're 1-3, but just against records. Heck, Norfolk State is 2-2. I think they might be able to beat Howard.
Man,
I'm not sure who I put ahead, but
they beat some really bad programs, man.
And so is Howard.
Well, it's interesting you say that, and we're going to talk about our Indy report.
Very bad FCS schools and Division II schools, so they're similar, but I'm okay with it.
All right, number 6, we got the Jackson State Tigers. They pretty much got beat pretty bad against Grambling this week, so 6 is still warranted though.
It's an amazing lag. It doesn't lag for Jeff, but for Dave, for me, just unless I'm the only one.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I'm not lagging no more. I'm looking at
I would say for the Jackson State, TC Taylor. I think he's still trying to find his way. It's okay. I still need to see more. I wouldn't have them on the list, but their record indicates that they should be here. So,
yeah, I'm not mad at the placement. I'm not mad at the placement for now, right? Like they haven't played any division games yet, so as of right now, I'm not mad at the placement quite yet. Any thoughts, Reed?
Only thing I was saying, you for every 10 or 20 seconds, like you completely, your screen just blacks out, so I can't hear the question. I couldn't hear it.
So
but now I can hear you.
Okay, all right. I typically would tell if I'm having issues, but this is odd today.
Just froze. Maybe just me, but Jeff doesn't freeze for me.
Okay,
it's very weird.
Yeah, it's a rough one today, huh? I'm wondering. So I was asking about Jackson State at 6.
Oh, they're okay. No beef with that. Yeah. I got no beef with anybody till we get to number 4.
Oh, okay. Well, so you don't have an issue with Morgan State at 5. I'm not mad with Morgan State at 5. Nah. I think I still want to see more offensively.
Yeah.
I'm not going to use what happened. I mean, they went up against VUL last week, so I'm trying not to utilize that as much because you're supposed to beat them. But they did have a pretty big win against you guys to open up the season. But outside of that, but they got to find an offense. Like I picked them to win the MEAC, but they haven't found an offense. Number 4, man, I don't want to talk about this game anymore. I've been talking about this game all week, but I got to give them credit where credit is due. Those guys in Durham took it to us.
Yeah.
And the way if they play like that the entire season, if they play like that for the rest of the season, it's going to be tough for them not to win the conference. I still think Morgan State will give them fits defensively, and I think Howard can give them fits as well. But right now, it's looking like they're probably the most complete team in that conference.
Yeah, definitely agree with Morgan State. Them giving them fits. I just don't think Morgan State has enough of an offense, to stick with Central. But Central got a quarterback. Ooh.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
They definitely do. And I'm not the I don't like rooting for them, but they got a good team over there, man. I gotta give them credit where it's due. They got a good team over there. All right, now you said you had an issue with number 4, Reek. So what issue you got, sir?
Yeah, I'd put them over FAMU.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I concur on that.
Yeah.
That's fair. No, that's fair. I mean, we got FAMU at number 3. Now I will say this, like everybody on this list has 2 FCS wins except for one institution. And that's Jackson State.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And there is another team that does have 2 FCS wins. And that's Tennessee State. But they've been they lost to Tennessee Tech this last weekend. And they lost to North Dakota State, which I think every HBCU will probably lose North Dakota State.
Yeah, pretty much.
But they beat Valley, they beat UAPB. So that might have been a factor in making that decision. But Jackson State, they beat Southern and they beat I think it was Lane they played, if I recall. They played Lane. So but either way, I wouldn't be. I think Rattlers would be feeling away swapping it, but I could understand putting them in front of putting those guys in Durham in front of FAMU. I wouldn't be mad at that too much. We got Grambling State at number 2. You know, I'm not mad at that either. I mean,
I need a good record. I probably need to see more. Definitely think they should be top 3. Good big win over Jackson State. The game just didn't even seem close at all. So definitely want to see the difference between last year's Grambling and this year's Grambling. But so far, so good.
I mean, they got a quarterback too. Miles Crawley's legit. So they got a quarterback.
Yeah. And you know what is so interesting about it is that we had a certified NFL offensive coordinator and coach as his previous coach. And it took a new regime to come in from the flourish. Interesting.
Yeah, well, I like Hugh Jackson, the person. But the last couple rounds as an NFL coach, he hasn't really showed that much. So
same as a college coach.
Yep. I mean, I think he's a good position coach, but
he's a good OC.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, because I had him when he was with the Falcons. You know, I'm an Atlanta fan. I think he's a good running backs coach, wide receivers coach. That's where yeah.
He's a good salesman. He sells himself. The results just don't match.
Woo!
Oh man,
he can sell sin to a preacher.
So
man.
I expect y'all to agree with you guys being number 1. I think you guys should be number 1. Let me be clear. I think you had some quality wins. Your 2 FCS wins were pretty quality. I mean, you beat the MEAC champs in one of them, you know. And Norfolk kind of beat the brakes off of VMI last weekend too. So that kind of created some value of that victory as well. Because I know a lot of folks have been kind of figuring out what is Norfolk. We'll probably get a better idea this weekend in Indianapolis when they play those guys in Durham for the Sugar City Classic. So we're gonna get an idea of what Norfolk truly is within the MEAC at least for that conference when conference play begins.
You know what? Go ahead, keep
no, you got it.
Well, I would just say with Norfolk State is that we saw them in the MEAC SWAC, and they came out. I would say for the ferocity of them running the ball, you know, on FAMU. You know, we saw excellent play, but it just kind of tailed off. It's like they put all their eggs in that one basket for that first game. But as far as Hampton being number 1, no, we're definitely excited about it. We're more a little bit cautious, me and Reek, because we've seen things that, you know, does give us cause for concern. Our secondary, you know, at certain points is, you know, I would say problematic. And we have issues, I would say, running the ball. So, but I would say this past week, though, we had one rusher over 130 yards and another rusher close to 100 yards. So I would say that is, a good indicator of our success going forward.
Yeah, agree. I mean, I think Hampton, you know, they should be number 1. It just makes me nervous, right? There's a whole lot of season to go, but it is reflective of how they play so far. So I think that's a good achievement for them.
Yeah, definitely.
I can't wait to get to this A&T thing, man. Let's hurry up and speed on until we get there.
We're about to take our first break. So when we come back, we're going to talk about the 3 independent games from last week. So we're going to talk about the Tennessee State game. We're going to talk about the Hampton Howard game. We're going to talk about what happened to A&T last week. So we'll be back after this break.
If you think all pads are exactly the same, think again. This is Always Ultra Thins reinvented with the Always Triple Protection System. This pad wicks gushes 90% faster, absorbs even more so you can feel dry, and locks odors in. Rethink your pad for up to 100% leak-free and odor-free comfort with the totally reinvented Always Ultra Thins. This is always like never before.
The Cuvée Group is a Florida-based marketing and training consulting firm. We help businesses communicate to their target audience and engage them in conversation. We also help to expand their audiences, which will ultimately result in growth for those organizations. In addition to being a certified constant contact specialist, my colleagues and I are also certified in John Maxwell Leadership Principles. We use these proven principles to conduct workshops, training, and private coaching sessions for individuals and companies looking to take things to the next level. Contact us to schedule a free consultation. Issues today, don't delay, call Cavil.
Nope. Nope.
Come on, him.
Ooh, I like him.
Quick, the quicker picker-upper. Bounty picks up messes quicker, and each sheet is 2 times more absorbent, so you can use less.
He's an 8.
He's a 9.
Bounty, the quicker picker-upper.
This is Ryan Fulford. AD Drew and I are co-hosts of the BCSN Sports Wrap. We talk about all things related to HBCU athletics. From the games, teams, coaches, and fan interest stories, we cover it all. You can find our shows on Facebook at BCSN Sports Wrap, YouTube at MyJBN Online, and everywhere you listen to podcasts like Anchor, Spotify, Google, and Apple Podcasts. You can also find the show on the Jericho Broadcast Network's app. Make sure to download. We look forward to you joining the conversation and being a part of the show.
Compress the analytic data with your hip hop. If you know them like I know them, they gon' tell you if your team, if they wanna lose, and who the ball. So listen to Professor, yes sir, and pay attention, cause he gon' teach a lesson.
Welcome back to Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Dave, Reek, and Jeff. I'm gonna start with the torture, because that's exactly what it was that I had to watch on Saturday. North Carolina A&T falls to those guys in Durham, 66-24. That is the largest margin of victory for those guys in Durham in the history of the class. They've never beaten us that bad. We've beaten them worse in other series, in other games. But nah, man, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I've been watching A&T since I've been a student. I started A&T in 2000, and I don't think I've ever seen a more unprepared team in that uniform that day on Saturday. And nothing went right. I think the only thing we might have won the battle in was probably the kicker. Like, I think we got a better kicker than them, but everything else, we just had a rough day. It was a rough day across the board. Had alumni talking, had everybody panicking, had folks talking about let's go back to the MEAC, which we'll probably be last in the MEAC right now too, guys. I don't think that would have fixed our problem.
Just lost to MEAC school. That don't make sense.
Yeah, like I whenever I hear it, the first thing I think is, guys, we'll probably be dominant in every other sport, but football will probably be dead last. Like, that's just the reality of it. Like, we're just right now we're not a good football team right now. I want to be proven wrong with the statement I just made regarding that we will place last, but we got to see what happens this Saturday against South Carolina State in Orangeburg, where that has been a house of horrors. All right, A&T Roy. Yeah. I need that type of luck so I can win the lottery. I'll say that. I need that type of luck to see if I can win the lottery or not. But now, shout out to the quarterback Walker Harris, man. 16 for 23, 272 yards and 3 touchdowns, and two of them, and their 2 backups got touchdown passes as well. So, and Jamari Taylor, Jamari Taylor was the guy that I was really afraid of. 19 carries, 137 yards, 2 touchdowns.
That boy looks good.
He's legit. He's legit. He's legit.
Yeah.
Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it, man. He's legit. He is legit.
Only good thing I can say about that is maybe he'll hit the portal, and then you might want to see him next year. But we have to be honest, though.
But the thing is, Trey Oliver knows how to run a program, man. Like, that's the reality of the fact. Like, he knows how to run a program down there. Like, I don't like those guys, but I can give credit where credit is due. He knows how to run a program down there.
Let me ask you something, though. Would A&T fans be mad if they brought Trey Oliver over from Central to A&T?
No, but I don't think that's going to happen.
I mean,
that wouldn't happen. I mean, if he were to
alma
leave,
mater, man, he's getting.
That's true. That's true.
He's getting the coach's alma mater. He ain't leaving this alma mater. He's not leaving his alma mater from here.
But
now there are assistants that are grasping that school. They might be willing to, but I don't see Trey doing it, and I don't blame him. I mean, he's in a nice spot.
Now with Brown, okay, we have to be honest now. We have to be honest. I mean, I said 2.0, and everybody ridiculed me I mean, these are similar because I looked at some of the statistics. Some of the loss margins from Bob's era, I wish I had it in front of me, from Bob's era to Brown's era is eerily similar, and it is not good. And I'm gonna also say this too: you guys got him for what, 6 years?
Yeah, well, year 2 of a 6-year deal.
So because me and Rick were talking about this yesterday. Southern and a few other HBCUs, when they don't want you there and they can't buy you out, they move you over to an administrative position. Could that be possible at A&T?
I think there's some folks who probably will want it, but I'm gonna be honest, man. Like, I think there's a lot of layers to some of the decisions that they made with regards to, moving conferences, moving on with the coach. I think there's a lot of decisions that were made from that regard. I think that the patience is definitely running thin in some pockets of the alumni fan base.
Y'all barely beat Winston-Salem State. It can't be thin.
No, I mean, like, I think the thing is, like, there's some folks that are like ready to go, like, once this to end, right? They want it to end. Sure. And there's others that are trying to be a little bit more patient for one reason or another. Now, I will say that I don't know if this fan base can stomach another one-win season, but I think we need to prepare for it. I can tell you that right now. If we don't beat South Carolina State, man, we got the hardest CAA schedule by far.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like we've already played Delaware. We got William and Mary. We got to play Villanova. We got to play Richmond. Got to go to Townsend.
Got to play us.
Got to play y'all. Got to play Campbell.
And
that's the next home game.
And then you pissed our fan base off by not letting the band come. So
the band did come.
Oh, so our band is allowed to come now.
I'm talking about when we went to the game last week. No.
Yeah, you're not letting our band come. So already our fans are mad. I mean, Vincent Brown is officially on the clock. Yeah, okay.
We're gonna see.
I will say this.
I know. Look, that buyout, the amount of that buyout makes me question whether or not you can put that money somewhere else if you got that money to buy him out.
Hey, Dave, something Jess said to me, I thought it was like hilarious, but thoughtful about your coach. Like, since it's a state school and all these things, you can reassign him. Like, he said,
you really want to say? Go ahead.
Should be reassigned to the groundskeepers crew.
Nah, man, don't do that to him. Nah, don't do
that, I'm telling you, if you sign him to the custodial department, man, I'd be like, look, as much crap as we seeing on that field, you clean up all of it. He'll be the highest paid custodian in North Carolina.
I mean, we are. I like A&T. We both like A&T because it's a story, y'all.
Yeah,
all your fans and all the pageantry and how y'all been kicking everybody's butt, so everybody knows what y'all are doing, right? And Brown ain't it.
And
it's not gonna get better.
It's not gonna get better.
It's not it.
You have a lot of people that are not sad about your current predicament.
Oh no, but I'm expecting to be.
Yeah, because of the way. Like, I mean, you guys got up there almost as bad as a FAMU trash talk. And so people
they are enjoying this. And I mean, that's fine. I mean, that's part for the course. That's expected when these things happen like it, right? So I get it. I mean
let's go back to the preparation piece. Sorry, but like you said that they weren't prepared. Like, what were some examples of that? And how could that happen? Like, Brown was an NFL player, a standout collegiate player, coached throughout the CAA. Like, he should be able to prepare a team in his sleep.
No,
the fact that he can't.
I'll put, and I said this before, but I'll put it like this, and this is not a slight. This is not a slight when I make this statement, right? Howard and Hampton's y'all rivalry is not nearly as intense.
That's true.
As Aggie Eagle, right? Like, and my concern has always been that he didn't understand the rivalry. Yes, he was an all-pro NFL player. Yes, there's no question about that. He played for the Patriots pretty much he played for the Patriots the entire career. When he was in college, he went to Valley. Valley, depending on who you ask, some people will say that Valley doesn't really have a natural rivalry. Like, they don't have a rival, right? So I don't think I don't think he's ever coached at a school with a rivalry like this.
Did they play last year?
Yeah.
So this year too.
And I don't think he fully understands. I don't and the thing is, he sees it as just like, and coach speech, you're gonna say it's just another game, but it's not just another game. Like, this game gives you more grace than any other game will give you. Way more grace. When you talk about the alumni base, and I told him first time I met him, I said, if you beat those guys down in Durham, you're clear. You're in the clear. Like, you're in the clear. Because because the fan base already understands that we're in a tougher conference, right? They already understand that you're gonna probably play like 4 top 25 opponents a year. So we understand that aspect. But you gotta win. You gotta win in Durham. Like, you gotta win when those guys show up in Greensboro. Like, that's just the way it is.
You definitely got to win in Durham, but at the same time, he's not even recruiting players that I would say could naturally compete within the CAA. You know, some of those guys who got on the field, you know, I would say from a coaching standpoint, they weren't even coached up well enough for them to actually compete with many of these programs. Primarily with Central, you know, they broke off a lot of runs through the same hole, same gap. And I'm sitting here saying, when is the coaching change going to occur? When are they going to fill that? You know, what are they going to do to stop this? But I just have not seen the adjustments, you know, that makes Brown this so-called vaunted defensive coordinator.
Yeah, he needs to, he's trying to play more 3-man fronts, and he's going to have to revert, man. You can't do it. We don't have the thing
you
is,
gotta have big dudes to play that 3-man front. I mean, you gotta have some hogs down there, man.
You can't have a nose at 6'3", 258 pounds. That ain't working
unless you're a monster.
Truth be told, it's heavier than last year, because last year we had somebody in the middle that was like 220, 225.
Oh my God, yo! So this is year 2, man. What are y'all doing?
That's the thing, right? Well, now in his defense, he didn't really have a recruiting cycle last go round, right? Man. He came in late. You know, he came in late, so there's that grace for that. But either way, we got to get to these other 2 games. Now, I'll be honest with you guys. I was disappointed in Tennessee State. I thought that he should have beaten. Did I lose my guys?
No, I'm still here.
Y'all still here, Jeff?
Yep. You did. You froze for a second. Froze again. It was going good.
Am I still here?
Yep, I hear you. Do you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, we're good.
Okay. Yep.
All right, now we're good. Now we're straight. Yeah, my internet's.
Whoa.
We can keep it going.
We'll just keep it going. So, Dave, he popped out.
He got so upset, man, over that. Don't talk about
you know what, since he gone, man, we ain't talking about Tennessee State. We're going to keep it at A&T, man. I want you back now.
You don't want to talk about Tennessee State?
We ain't going to talk about Tennessee. We're going to talk about A&T, man. Look at that. We're joking. We're kidding.
No, it's fine. Nah, it's fine.
No, we're good. We get back. No, Tennessee State. Let's talk about Eddie George.
The thing, man, they should have beaten Tennessee Tech yesterday. I mean, on Saturday.
Yep.
That was a disappointing loss. Drellin Ellis had 2 picks in that game. The game kind of got away in the fourth. I was watching some of that game, and I feel like that was a game they absolutely should have won. And I think this was a lot of folks came into the season thinking Tennessee State had a chance to make some noise in that conference, and to lose this game was kind of rough. I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all.
You're right.
Yeah,
they had the game tied at halftime. It was 14-all, and you just sit there and just watch Tennessee Tech just have that little grind out game. Every time it felt like Ellis was okay, all right, we're doing something. We're doing something. A pick, then another pick. So it's more like it's like, and then another part is they didn't even rush the ball at all. 39 passes to 14 carries. 14 yards on 6 carries. Terrible.
Yeah.
So, I would just say that for the most part, Eddie George didn't stick to his guns.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not disappointed in them because I wasn't expecting anything. So,
oh
man,
you don't want to coach there.
Yeah, I mean,
no, he does, but
I think
will.
he's trying, but he's running up against some limits there. Like,
I mean,
there's only so much you could do.
And so much you're gonna do with that football program. You know, that stadium is in dire needs. You know, are they still playing at Nashville?
They're playing the Titan Stadium, but right. I wanna roll to y'all's game because we gotta take a break. We still gotta go through the three games that we got next week. So,
gotcha.
So this upcoming, so you guys, man, 8 straight. How y'all feeling?
You know what? I mean, to be honest, it's not even about the 8 straight. It's those last ones that we lost, and like when we lost to Howard in 2012. You know, what was it? Over at the 27.
I told you, man. Producer said no H.
You know what? You know what's so bad? It felt like at the game, a lot of the Howard side, they were just in like deep gloom even before the game. If you just saw their side, even our band announcer was making fun of Howard, you know, talking about take that, you know. So it was a lot of,
it was tough.
You know, it was a lot of tough. But I mean, honestly, just back to the game, I'll just say that we're like, for us to think about that record, we're like, whatever. We're mad at that 7-6 loss that we had back in 2011, 2012. And the following loss that came after that, you know, under Don Rose's regime. So we're more like, how in the world did we lose that? We want a bigger streak. So that's how we pretty much feel about it.
Yeah, and this was a good chance for them. I mean, I think I like the trajectory of the Hampton's football program at this point.
Yeah.
So,
yes.
You know, we should have went up 21-0 right before halftime. It should have been a straight blowout, but
it should have been the blowout. You don't fumble on the 1 yard line, and it was enough. They took that fumble and took it straight 98 yards, you know, with 4 plays, and that just basically blew the game open.
Yeah. So it's good to win. You don't want to lose against Howard. I mean, I think we said this when Hampton went to the CAA, right? And if we really got our stuff together and play like the way CAA teams are supposed to play when you throw resources behind, we should never lose to Howard.
Never.
Once y'all get it together, y'all should never lose to Central.
Exactly.
It shouldn't. I mean, that's why you go to this conference, right? I mean, you should be, you know, just like hardly ever. You know, I mean, MEAC is more competitive, but I'm just saying we shouldn't lose that.
Yeah.
All right. So I want to do a quick commercial break, and I mean quick. That's the warning shot, right?
30 seconds.
When we come back, we're gonna go over these 3 games in probably like 7 minutes, and then we're gonna close out the show. So we'll be right back.
Choice Hotels is a family of brands that helps you get the most for your money so you can be any traveler you want to be.
You could be a free hot breakfast hero at a comfort hotel.
Yes!
That's how you waffle!
Mr. This script got a plot twist at a Radisson hotel.
A business big leaguer.
Go for key.
Even the ultimate pool float inflator.
With 22 brands and the best value for your money, Choice Hotels has a stay for any you. Book direct at choicehotels.com, where travels come true.
Gotta get the corners.
Press the analytic data with your hip hop. If you know them like I know them, they gon' tell you if your team, if they wanna lose, and who the ball. So listen to Professor, yes sir, and pay attention, cause he gon' teach a lesson.
Welcome back to Inside the HBCU Sports Lab. Let's get into these 3 games this week. Now we'll start with you guys, man. Hampton's going to William and Mary. Both of you guys are 3-1. How you guys feeling about the game?
I think I'm expecting Hampton to play well.
Competitive.
If they lose badly, then I'll be very disappointed. If they win, I will not be shocked. I'll just be, happy that they're moving in the right direction. But
pretty much,
I mean, at this point in time, they should be competitive. William Mary is good. But we should be competitive.
It is at Zabel, and I've been to Zabel, and I would say that we have a decent enough, a really good offensive line that is able to create, I would say, running lanes for Burris and Jaquan Snipes. I would say that Zealous and Mays, they're pretty much a good 1-2 combination at quarterback. Both are good runners. Mays is a better passer. So they'll probably be interchangeable within the offense, and Mays will be more for passing, and Zealous would pretty much be good for a lot of the read option plays. So I think that will keep William & Mary guessing for the most part. I do think that we have a decent enough defensive line that will be able to have some stops. I do worry more so on the secondary end, where we'll see. But William & Mary doesn't strike me as a big play team, but as more of a move the chains, good, efficient, 3rd and 5, 2nd and 5 team. They always say at the end of the chains. So if we're able to get some key stops and play, I would say a good ground game, I think we'll be good. My only concern is I don't like being at Zabel Stadium. I took my wife there about 10 years ago, and it was during their homecoming, and they had their homecoming queen looked like Precious, and it was like that. My wife, she was like, "Oh my God, they brought a mammy out there," and we were just sitting here like, Lord. So I to that day I still remember that. So. But I would think for the most part, we'll be competitive. If it's a blowout, then it's not a good sign.
Now I'm with you. You guys are the number 1 HBCU team right now, according to Dr. Cavill's ranking. So I'm hoping you guys do have a pretty good performance against those guys. The next
game, I got one problem. Just one thing before. Just one thing to watch out with people watching the game. I watched a little bit of just some of their highlights from the rest of the season, and they do a lot of stuff offensively. William & Mary in the backfield, a lot of misdirection, a lot of play action, sneaking guys out of the backfield. So the most aggressive players on the defense so far have been our safeties. So sometimes they get, a little too nosy back there. So that's one thing I'd be concerned with. Yeah. Another thing is you can take William & Mary and you can get him in the air. You can throw against him. And that ain't what we've been doing well this year. So we gotta throw it. If we try and run it 50 times, it ain't gonna work. They're gonna have to throw the ball.
And our receiving game, I would say, is we don't really have a playmaker. We have a bunch of I would say really good route runners and possession guys. Kamari Gray probably is our key player. And Moultrie, Kevin Johnson, and Brendan Ridley, they're good players. But they haven't really stood out, I would say, in the passing game, as far as receiving. So, hopefully they got a decent game plan that's going on coming up for William & Mary.
All right. So I'm going to quickly go through Charleston Southern versus Tennessee State. The game's at Tennessee State. It's at 6 p.m. this Saturday as well, same time as y'all's game. If Tennessee State lose to Charleston Southern, they need to start panicking. Charleston Southern, they're 1-2. Tennessee State's 2-2. It's a legitimate panic if they lose to Charleston Southern this weekend. I'm gonna just be honest with you. I don't think Charleston Southern is that good. So they should be panicking if they lose to Charleston Southern this weekend. And I want to get to the A&T South Carolina State game because it's a big rivalry game. Bottom line, man, I think South Carolina State has the best offensive line in the MEAC. So I'm concerned about our defensive line from the A&T side of the fence. I'm worried that if we let this game get out of hand, similar to what happened last week, it's going to be another ugly loss. I think we can play with those guys, but I think Eric Phoenix is also a decent quarterback. I think he's a good quarterback. I just hope that we don't let this game get out of hand. We can't be making too many mistakes. I hope we're more prepared than what we were against those guys down in Durham. I just feel like, and Orangeburg to us historically has been a house of horrors. We've beaten these guys 7 straight times. We've beaten them 7 straight times. We don't have them on a schedule for a while, so I know that South Carolina State, particularly Chinnis Berry, who was on the A&T coaching staff during our tumultuous run with, I think he was on the Alonzo Lee staff, if I recall correctly. So he was on that staff. So I'm pretty sure he has no problem trying to get back from A&T from that regard. I mean, South Carolina State's pretty good. I think they're not discussed enough, but I think they're pretty good. Like, I mean, I'm gonna keep it buck with y'all. I think they're a pretty good team. So A&T needs to get this win because it's not going to get any easier after this. And the next home game that they have is homecoming, October 19th. They got to go to Richmond after this.
Whew.
So it's not going to get easy after this. So this is in my eyes, it's a must win. I think it would be a big morale builder for the team and Coach Brown in general. I think that'll quiet the alumni a little bit. I'll be honest. If we can go over to Orangeburg and take down South Carolina State, it'll quiet the alumni down a bit. Quick thoughts before we close out the show about this game.
I will say this: that going to Oliver C. Dawson and just experiencing that crowd, it is not an easy task.
No. It's House of Horrors, bro.
It's a horrors. And I do wonder, does A&T have the? I mean, all the players are motivated to play. Do they have the fortitude? Because South Carolina State, first of all, that nobody talks about their offensive line. They play bully ball, and that line against A&T's, I would say, non-stout or just very light defensive line. I don't think it's a recipe for, I wouldn't say disaster, but it's going to be an issue for the Aggies. So I would say hopefully they come up with a game plan that, maybe it's a back and forth type of game, but it just does not look like a matchup that favors the Aggies. It favors more of the Bulldogs about South Carolina State more so.
Did you see that comment?
What did you say?
It said A&T got their backs blown out.
Oh, man.
I'm not going to close the show like that. And I'll be honest, man. I hope we win, but I don't see us beating those guys. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like I after what I saw on Saturday, I gotta see it at this point. It's kind of like how I've been dealing with the Panthers until they beat the Raiders on Sunday.
It's kind of like remind me of like Biggie's lyrics, like that. Chinnis Berry, he got he's feeding those Bulldogs gunpowder, man. Yeah. Like those guys are like ready to go fight, man. So. And your coach don't seem too inspiring.
No,
man. I don't know.
We're at the clock. We got to close the show.
Yeah,
we got to close the show.
Go Aggies! I hope for a good showing.
I hope so too. For my sake. So make sure you guys follow Dr. Kenyatta Cavil on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Dream big and continue to move forward. We'll talk to you soon. Reek.
I forgot the word.
Oh man, you're out here.
I did it last time.
You did. That's why I went first with you, man.
Man, I forgot.
Oh, what was it? Treasure?
No, it's course.
Course.
Yeah.
Jeff.
Yeah. Course.
No, it's lecture.
Lecture. Let's start over. Go ahead. Go ahead. Start over.
All right, that's fine. We're live anyway.
Course.
Lecture.
No. Dismiss. I'm gonna roll with that. I thought to call you, but we'll roll with that. Goodbye, everybody.